Dark Void does have its highs, but ironically comes crashing down on a few issues. The story is short and the entire game is dragged down by some sloppy technical issues that just stand in the way of the entire experience.
It's my plane.
You're the pilot.
You're the courier. Well, ain't life strange?
The jetpack is the centre point of the game, and most moments in the game that are exhilarating are those which make you feel like you're Iron Man flying around a battlefield and shooting enemies from above. You can switch to a hover mode to gain stability and hijack UFOs. All of these control just like any flight game, and you can pull off maneuvers and in my case fly away from the battlefield, turn around and shoot enemies as you race across the skies with the guns on your jetpack. However, these moments are balanced with ground combat, where airtight games have tried to add their own take on the cover-based mechanics, adding a vertical cover system to the battles, which means instead of putting your back to a wall, you lay yourself on a platform and shoot down, and whenever you want to move down a level, one button press is all it takes to traverse yourself to the next platform. It actually works surprisingly well, however for the most part you'll be placed on a battlefield with your standard array of boxes and collapsed ruins for cover. The weapons you get your hands on are your usual assault rifles, sniper rifles and shotguns, and even an electric gun, which all can be upgraded through the game's tech system, which works by collecting orbs that are left from the enemies, or you can find them dotted around the levels.
What do you think?
All of this is tied together with a story, which is a clever and imaginative concept. You play as Will Gray, not Nathan Drake even though he does have some similarities, who actually in the beginning crashes his plane in the Bermuda Triangle with his ex-girlfriend. You quickly accept that you've crashed and come across some natives to the world known as the Survivors, who worship shining mechanical creatures known as the Watchers. By mid-game you'll have met up with Tesla, found the jetpack and joined the resistance against the Watchers, but along the way I was screaming at the fact that everyone accepted what was going on. Especially Will, your run-of-the-mill average Joe, who should be screaming at the fact that there are aliens in the Bermuda Triangle, and Tesla is there, with survivors.
Fair enough.
The whole game suffers from two key elements, which if it was sorted out, then the game will be worth recommending. Firstly, the length of the game. Normally, I'm actually not one to argue about the length of games, but if you're spending £40 or $60 on one game and you receive a 5-hour campaign with no multiplayer or replay value to the single player, then you have a problem. Secondly is the technical side of Dark Void, which isn't too pretty either. Several times the dialogue will get repeated, making it sound like the characters had a bad stutter. On the visual sides, the frame rates seem to fluctuate like crazy, and in one case, during a hectic battle, the frame rate dropped so low that it froze and after 10 seconds it showed the next frame. Seriously, I have not touched this video footage. Texture popping also plagues the game, just like in any other game using the Unreal Engine, but we do expect this now. On the bright side, the orchestral soundtrack is actually some of the best out there in any game, and is actually backed by some solid voice acting, even if it does stutter and sound like Nathan Drake.
Do you think this is a good idea? Just walking in like this.
Guess we'll find out. There's not much choice.
Well, it's good to be out of the jungle at least.
Dark Void is an afternoon of fun. It will leave you satisfied with what you've played, but you won't be craving for more. The story has some clever ideas, but the technical issues which plague the game keep creeping up much too often. I don't like saying a game is a rental, but sadly in this case it is. With no replay value to be found, a 5-hour campaign just does not cut it in today's gaming space. Again, no pun intended with space.
You gotta get out of there now! We're almost here!
Fair enough.
Is he okay?
Not really. He's dead.
My God.